Stardust, you're kind of a dick, and dicks are masculine. All right, you're just kind of a dick. Let's go. It's pretty cool. Let's see what Stardust had to say.
And ooh, so much more woman than stinky masculine Stardust. Ooh.
Oh no! Oh, that doesn't sound good. Stardust needed him to be her dad.
And I'm way more feminine than Stardust. Like,
Ooh.
Okay.
in disposition.
So she gets to be aggressive and still be feminine.
Tried logic easily.
Oh man, this is gonna be hot.
Dumb fucking idiot in the fucking world who's just
Okay, I
farming it
didn't
for
say all
clicks
that.
and views. Stardust always has this kind of like air of condescension around Max.
Oh, air of
because Max is seen
condescension.
as like the crazy guy, doesn't know anything.
Do it to my fucking face, you fucking bitch.
Oh shit! This is gonna be hot. Oh my god, guys! But I gotta go mask off. That's it. That's about all we got. It's crazy. It's a little chilly in here, but oh, I gotta be able to breathe. What if I just do this? Oh, it's even weirder. Oh. Yeah, it's really me. Illusion spoiled. Dude, it was pressing my mustache in my mouth. It was like bending the hair down into my mouth. Dude, it's supposed to go over here, not down. Oh my god. This new beanie that I got, Christmas beanie gift. Thank you. Thank you. How's it look? Yeah, this is BigTech style. Keep my dome warm in the negative 50 degrees weather. Epic. All right, let's get back.
Hugus sent $3. Stardust has been getting a lot of heat for interacting with right-wingers too nicely.
Oh, thank you. I was
Thoughts
gonna.
on
It
what
was,
their
it was about
response to you will
Stardust.
be?
I don't care.
Oh,
Those
cold.
people don't own me.
Dude, this is so cool. That was like a miracle. Thank you for sending that super chat. I remember I was trying to like, oh, maybe it'll come to me. It was about Stardust. Let's go. And I didn't want to talk about Max too much, but I do want to say this. I have a criticism of Max in the way that he treated Stardust. And I'd like to hear what he has to say about it. But actually, looking back, I wonder if you would see this. In fact,
I'm gonna let this play out a little bit.
This might be a good jumping off point.
I shouldn't speak at the same time. It's gonna get confusing. I'm gonna let it play out for like next minute. I'm gonna go put some lean in my cup, and maybe put some chips and salsa in a bowl. Get ready to sit back and enjoy this. This is 30 minutes of Stardust reacting to me and LAV. I can't wait to hear what she has to say. I don't think I said anything unkind about Stardust. That's good. All right, let's go.
Or even identify. This is where I identify. This is the bifurcation between my view. We might unite on a lot of things, even for different reasons. But then there's a place where we diverge and we don't agree anymore. And I think it's here. His sense of responsibility being placed on women equally with men. I strongly disagree with it.
Yeah.
And he did this thing with Stardust that he didn't do with you. What he gave you a special thing that he didn't give to Stardust, and it wasn't equal. It wasn't fair. And this is my interpretation. For me, this is how it looked. But Stardust needed him to be her dad. And Stardust was in a vulnerable. She was floundering. She was drowning. And in the way that Max had a paternal care and willingness to, stay up late and eat pizza with you, the metaphor, whatever, that thing that talk it out, help you figure it out, and like help you, or not even that, but like to have your back. Max treated Stardust the way an angry, unforgiving father treats a rebellious child, in my opinion. And it was painful to watch, actually, because Stardust trusted him, and she had a lot of love for him, but she was fucking up. Pardon my French, but she was, she was having an emotional reaction, or his way of saying it was she wasn't ready to have that conversation, whatever it was, and she started getting mad at him for pushing it, and then he was like, well, you should tell me where your boundary is and know yourself well enough, and if you don't know your boundaries and you can't tell me that, then I can't trust you to be in a relationship because you're going to freak out. My opinion is that as a man, which Mr. Girl has like an issue with, as a man, it is your responsibility. When it comes down, when the rubber meets the road, where the buck stops, is with you. Because you are the father in the relationship. You're the paternal energy. You're the man. And sometimes, not only, and sometimes, but almost all the time, but especially in these times, when
Don't
the
listen to me
woman is
giving a
struggling
great
with
take.
something like that, for you to go, it's not fair for you to put this responsibility on me to save you. Yo, nigga, that's your job, dude. Like, yes, it is. In fact, it's not just being put upon you. That's your privilege. Like, that's your great strength. That's the thing you offer. Like, what do we even have you here for if you don't do that? Like, that's what a man is for the women. They need that. And you can keep them rooted. You can bring them back home when they get out. You can be the lighthouse that guides them in. Like, you can be the strength. And when she's weak, you are strong for her, not because you owe.
Okay, I'm bothering myself. I hate how. Why am I talking with so much breath in my voice? Do I just do this because there's a girl in the call? Listen to how I'm talking. So much breath in my voice. I didn't even realize I was doing this, and it's kind of freaking me out. Why does my voice sound like this?
All right, I'm going on the other microphone. I'm just like, oh, and I'm telling the story. Like, I'm creeping myself out. Why? Am I adjusting myself for the presence of a woman? And I'm talking, is this just like my BigTech talking to a girl voice? Why am I talking? It's free. Stop. BigTech, no. Oh my God. I'm like talking like this and it's making me want to puke. Holy crap, dude. What's wrong with me? Owe it to her, or not because she guilts you or something like that, but it's like, that's the living sacrifice element. You get over your ego and you go down to her level if you have to. You condescend, not condescendingly, but you, in grace and mercy and charity and love and forgiveness and all of those things, that's what love is. So you help her.
BigTech would make a great Muslim fundamentalist. Very true.
Not destroy her. Let's go, based. True. Give me that turban, bro. I'll do it. Because women will do that. That's in their nature. Like
relax. I think
right,
I think there are
go
a
ahead.
couple things. I think there are a couple things there. One that could.
Okay, so I'm going to disagree with his entire father take.
Oop.
I will agree that Max has shown more charitability to virtually any person he's been friends with that isn't me, even though I've done the most in our friendship. And that, you know what? That's my fucking fault. I gave so much in that friendship, and Max is willing to extend so much charitability to anybody else. So much, he's willing to collaborate with anybody else except for me. I don't know. I never got invited to do one of those hotlines. I never got invited to, do anything like that. Despite me taking huge hits for him early in my career, I never got merch made out of me. And he is more charitable to LAV than he ever was with me. So
Why do they always say charitable in the Destiny sphere? They just never say like loving or kind or friendly. Charitable all the time. It's like they treat each other with empathy and charity. Those are the two. You know what I mean? It's always that. But just be like, how about just like love and kindness? Like, oh, we don't do love here. To us, love means like sex or something. I don't know.
I think the way that Max fucked me over.
Oh,
Max fucked me over. And I don't regret anything. I don't regret anything. I used to, but I don't regret anything. I don't regret it. You know what? Fuck it. Should have ended a long time ago.
oh,
Could be true. But I think that it was unconsensual. So that was not an agreement. They had not agreed upon that relationship. So for her to expect that from him, I think feels really uncomfortable, especially when the agreement is that you're going to have a really tough conversation. So you should be equipped to have a really tough conversation. And I think
Mr. Girl appears to use everyone, and LAV is still useful to him. Mr. Girl can suck my ass, okay?
Oh, suck my ass.
I took so many fucking hits for that piece of shit. And you know what? I'm gonna double down. I still might think he was fucking with me. Should I have tweeted? No. But he might have been fucking with me still.
What?
I should not have ever been friends with him. I should have never empathized with him. I never should have seen. I'm sorry, I get mad and then I just say things. Like, suck.
Ragnamar says, I started watching Cozy like 3 weeks ago. He's like, I started watching Cozy like 3 weeks ago. I can't follow this 9 million man streaming world. Yeah, real. All right, I'll catch you up. You know what? I didn't even think about that. There's going to be some people here who don't know what's going on. I'm BigTech. Hi, BigTech. Cozy.tv/BigTech. This is Nick Fuentes' streaming platform, Cozy.tv. We're all friends of Nick. This girl down here on the bottom, who I'm talking to, the main one, right there, that's LAV. LAV is like a OnlyFans sex girl. OnlyFans sex streamer. Shows boobie and stuff. She shows her boobies. And this is StarDust. StarDust is like a interested in politics, just sort of like a curiosity novelty streamer who gets into political debates about like culture and sociological issues and stuff. Doesn't know a whole bunch, but she's very opinionated, and she's kind of like welcomed into the sphere as an investigator, sort of. That's my impression of her. And anyway, LAV came on to Brittany's show. Brittany's in the chat right now, Politically Provoked, and that's how we met LAV. And LAV was orbiting Destiny. Destiny is a kind of a big time-ish as far as like YouTube political streamer debater type people. There's this guy with a girl's name called Destiny, Stephen Bunnell. These two girls were kind of like in his sphere of like his friends and people who come on his show. Those people would come on Brittany's show sometimes. I met LAV and StarDust through that. And together, LAV and I are talking about stuff that happened between StarDust and this other guy who's not here, whose name is Mr. Girl, Max Carson, another sex freak type of person who's like all about like lots and lots of content regarding sexual liberation. And it just happens to be Jewish, like LAV. The two sex freaks happen to be Jewish. Just a coincidence because they're Jewish. It's always a coincidence. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. That's what's going on. Does that make sense? So I'm talking to LAV about drama that happened between StarDust and Mr. Girl. And now StarDust is watching me and LAV talk about her and Max. All right, now the new people are caught up.
Fuck my ass.
What?
I never should have empathized with him. There was something sad about him that I saw. He had like this sadness in his eyes. And I empathized with that. And I felt bad for him. And you know what? I shouldn't have. I should not have. I should have never been friends with him. I still think he was fucking with me. I still think he was fucking with me.
Well, she's right. He's fucking with everybody.
I took so many fucking hits for that guy.
Should I speed this up? I'm thinking about speeding it up. See how we do. Let's go. Yeah, that was the right choice. Look at all this dead air.
There's nobody more manipulative than Mr. Girl.
Let's go.
And you know what? He wants to talk about emotionally abusive. There's nobody more emotionally abusive than him either.
True.
Yeah, he does. He does see men and women as like as equals in at least like mental fortitude, and he trusts her to make her own boundaries. And then also,
Here's the thing. I made my own fucking boundaries during that talk. He's the one who kept saying, well, I think it's manipulative. I already told you. You know what? It may be manipulative for some women, but no, we can go over that whole fucking conversation again. I will still maintain I was in the fucking right.
Quick interruption, tiny little one. Somebody in chat said...
I mean, that's not even the point, Billy. Like, I still saw his dick print. Like, that was what really fucking bothered me.
What?
You know? Like, I still saw his fucking dick print. And in any workplace, that would have been an HR call. My fucking problem is I didn't get a third party. That's where I made my mistake. I should not have tweeted. I should have gotten a third party involved. But we all saw the dick print. I think it's...
Dude, StarDust. You invited a guy called Mr. Girl who has a song on his channel called I'm a Pedophile, and he makes pornos on Pornhub. There's videos of him masturbating with his wiener. That's your friend. And you're like, oh, I saw his dick print. What did you think was going to happen? Like, I set my boundaries. But then at the same time, I never should have been friends with him. Yeah, you shouldn't have. Because he's a freak. He's a bad guy. And this is not the worst that you should expect to happen with a guy like that. He makes masturbation videos on Pornhub, okay? StarDust. Hello? Anybody home? Hello?
Fair enough if I see your fucking dick print, that maybe I'll mistake the hairs right above your dick print as for pubes.
She said, like, this bitch ain't listening or something like that.
What even is the dick print?
Did he put ink on his dick and press it on a page? Or does she just mean like the outline of his cock in his sweatpants? What is she talking about? Somebody said their kid was watching no cuss word. You shouldn't be watching this segment. StarDust is a foul creature. A few people are saying it, and I think actually we're gonna. This might be another one where it's like it might take a little bit of reflective, or we might have to like get eye to eye on this. I don't think you're just actively not listening, but there's going to be some cognitive dissonance or whatever. I think that you might see women and the StarDust situation in general, specifically the same way Max does. So I'm actually like I'm kind of speaking to you as.
I actually have a lot of criticism about the way that he believes femininity.
This is not merry or joyous. True.
Yeah.
This is not appropriate for Christmas. I mean, it's just like whatever. Just came out. We're halfway through. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna get back to some chipper jovialness.
Divulge the most of their. We've talked about this before. I think that men and women are of equal value, but I think that for different reasons. So I think that we agree a lot in that actually. But I think that the problem was one, the consent thing, and then two, I think where he's coming from, and this could be again me projecting this idea into him. But I think it's really hard when Max feels like, first of all, StarDust always has this kind of like air of condescension around Max.
Oh, air of
because Max
condescension.
is like the crazy guy.
Uh-oh,
doesn't know
catfight.
anything, he's
Let's
the
go.
problem.
I've never made him out to be the crazy guy who doesn't know anything. This is bullshit.
So then, you go into this conversation where you're already like a dog with your tail in between your legs because maybe he doesn't know what being masculine means, nor does he find any utility
Mask
in
really
being
like
masculine.
pressed my beard.
He
Feels
comes
weird.
into this conversation.
What is this
tail
whole
between
taking
his
care of
legs,
shit?
and
I don't
then this
need-
woman who is condescending him and supposedly trying to like be alpha in the conversation.
You know what?
Is also making him
Well-
who makes him the problem.
Cyclops sent $3. You got interrupted by Super.
I never made him
Yo,
the problem.
Cyclop.
Never
Cyclop making an appearance. Let's go.
made him the problem. I tried to have a decent conversation with the guy. You know what? Fuck it. I wasn't wrong about anything. Okay? He deserved it. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's
I don't
go.
mean that.
She
but
doubles down.
fuck him. Still fuck him.
For chats and inane female banter when you were about to expand upon your idea of how to make the world a kinder place. You started by saying compassion is superior to empathy. Please say enough on that to make a good clip.
Oh, thanks for bringing that back up. That's a good point. I was going to go into that a bit, but all right, cool. I'll remember. I'll put a pin in that. Thanks, Cyclop. So,
as I was saying,
you're
so
saying
she-
about StarDust. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the power dynamic is that of that like StarDust like has the power in that situation also because she's a woman, so people are going to view her with more charity than they're going to view Max naturally because people.
He's
make
got a larger.
masculinity very
Okay,
evil, even
I
if
have
they're
to
not
fucking pause every few seconds. He has a much bigger audience than I do. After that conversation, I had Mr. Girl fans crawling all over my shit, telling me, "Why don't you say that it's manipulated? Why don't you say it's a test? Fuck you."
masculine, even if you're just a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then he's going into this conversation where he doesn't have the upper hand. He's being made the problem in the conversation because she's condescending him.
Not
And then also
condescending
she's
him.
asking, but also protect me from myself. It's like, what do you
I'm
want?
not asking him
Like-
to protect me from anything. I wanted to move on from the fucking conversation. He's the one who didn't want to move on.
You can only, like, I think that both of them really struggled in that conversation to communicate with each other because there were so many unspokens, so many unsaids about, like, what the other needed and, like, a lack of honesty from StarDust, I think, about why she clearly could not have that conversation.
I'm about to clear up in just a second. I remember. She's talking about the conversation that happened. I'm talking about the fallout after it. So, by the way, here's what happened. StarDust and Max had this conversation. They got in a fight. I didn't even see it, but I saw the fallout that happened afterward because they then proceeded to not talk to each other for several weeks, whereas before they were talking all the time. They were collaborating. They were in DMs. They were in groups together. They were friends online. After this fight they had on stream, then they just like didn't speak to each other for a while. And it was the same time that Max was going through personal struggle because he just lost his YouTube channel, which everybody blamed on me. Or another way of saying it, which I, ended up taking responsibility for. Max got kicked off of YouTube. Anyway, that was around the time Max was calling all of us Nazis. He got his YouTube knocked off. He was all upset.
Dusty Time sent $3. Can you turn up the vid a little bit? Love the show 07.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I mean, this is I think StarDust is playing it a little bit low, but I can boost it a little bit. I've got the volume up. I can go beyond up. I'll crank it to 11. Anyway, the point is what I was actually meaning in my first point that I made to LAV, which I'm going to tell her in a second. said I wasn't talking about the debate. I was talking about what happened afterward when they like had a fight, a second fight, and then they broke up and said, we're not friends anymore now. That's what I was talking. And we're about to get to that.
But she couldn't say that she couldn't because of pride or because of whatever, or because of, you know,
fuck is
the
this?
desire to masculinize yourself as a woman and try to power through something that you can't do. Like, who knows? But, yeah, that whole conversation I think was
Hope that's better.
hard to watch
Let's see.
because they were both fucking up so much.
I'm
but yeah,
going to
I think
literally.
that most of that was just like Max trying to navigate a conversation in which he felt like he had the
Stardust getting
underhand, but
mad.
then she was asking for him to save her, which feels like really weird. And I think that's asking for too much, especially if you have not consented to that.
I didn't fucking consent to any. Oh my god. I'm going to fucking write a tweet and tag her.
Let's go. Let's go. She's going to fucking write a tweet and attack her. Let's go.
And next time you want to rewrite something in my life and insert absolute bullshit about me wanting to be saved or taken care of, do it to my fucking face, you fucking bitch.
Oh! Oh, shit! You
It
just
happened.
reminded
Sorry,
me
guys.
of a key element I think I didn't frame, which is that I didn't even see the original conversation, to be perfectly honest. So I'm actually not even referring to that. I'm referring to the follow-up conversation that happened some weeks later, if I remember the timing.
Oh,
right.
on Chud
There we
Logic,
go.
yeah.
Yeah. So the real fallout, the ending of the relationship.
He was very emotional in that conversation.
And so in that time, not only
He was
that,
hurt.
but and she was being what was her state? What was her stance?
I think she was trying to be strong. I think that
There
she
you
was also hurt, but it was sort of
Part
like
I really wanna hear.
I think that she kind of forced herself into like the masculine role and
Right.
sort of tried to power through it, and then he went the emotional, more feminine route. And he knows that about himself. He knows that he's very feminine. We actually had a talk. Our talk in which we both cried together was supposed to be a talk about misogyny and how he feels like he experiences it because he's very feminine. Which I think he does. Like I think that
That's
people
gotta
are
be such
misogynistic to him
bullshit.
because of
That is such
you know, he has
bullshit.
very feminine.
He is like the
qualities, and he
number
knows that
one
about himself, and he
practicer of
likes that about himself.
misogyny.
And I like that about him too. But yeah, so I think that conversation.
I'm so
was,
masculine. I get it. I get it. I'm an ugly female. I'm masculine. I get
Oh no! Oh no! No, it's not that. It's not. Well, I mean, I mean, I wouldn't have said it that way. And honestly, there's worse. There's worse looking girls than Stardust. There are worse looking girls than Stardust. So I wouldn't just say that. But there is something about her where instead of being like this and being like feminine and being receptive, she's like this and I'm Stardust. No, I'm going to do what I want. And you're not going to tell me what to do. And I'm the one in charge of me. And I'm equal to you. And if you say otherwise, I'm going to laugh at you like you're an idiot. And So when we say you're masculine, it doesn't mean that you have a strong jaw. It doesn't mean you have a square, chiseled facial features. It doesn't mean that you're broad shoulders. It means that you act like a dyke. It means you act like it means you're a dick. Stardust, you're kind of a dick. And dicks are masculine. All right? You're just kind of a dick. That's what I mean. So yeah, when you act like a dick, you're not being feminine. It's the opposite. So if you could just stop being a dick and be like a girl, you know, if you're gonna be a pussy, that's fine. Like if you want to bitch and complain and cry, that's girly. That's feminine. And we'll tease you for that, but we'll treat you like a lady. But when you act like a dick, it's like, well, then we're going to treat you like a bro, and we're not going to give you any type of... That's what ended up happening with LAV. That's kind of what we're talking about.
Get it.
I think that those are just two people that have no business talking.
Well, to me, I think they actually did care about each other, and that's why it hurt. And I think they both got hurt. And then time went by when somebody needed to heal the hurt. And that's the place where I say it's on the man. And the problem that I would say the mistake he's making, the problem that he's attempting to live as though there isn't one, but there is that a man has to be a man. Like you can't be a girl. Just functionally, it just doesn't work Or what I mean is, if you try to live that way, it just causes problems. And there's going to be this. This is going to be a problem. And your problem extends, it becomes other people's problems. And so there was an opportunity for healing of pain between two people that cared about each other. There's a proper opportunity to mop up the issue, you know, like to clean up the mess and to actually restore and even build closer bonds through restitution and recovery and all of that stuff. They could have recovered the situation, but the hurt feelings were both sides sort of like bought into them and hardened themselves there.
Yeah,
And
I think what they really needed was a mediator that was not Chud Logic, who is like easily the most like fucking low IQ, dumbass fucking idiot in the fucking world, who's just
Okay, I
farming it
didn't
for
say all
clips
that.
and views.
But yeah, farming it for clicks and views.
No fucking. This is so ironic coming from LAV,
was
by the
Yeah,
way.
he
You needed
doesn't.
a
He
mediator
didn't
who's doing
care about. Yeah, he needed they both needed a mediator that cared about the state of their friendship and not like milking whatever their thing was for views.
But I
which they
think
just
that
didn't
Max.
have.
But I think if Max was talking to you, I think he would have done it different because he has a different.
I
kind
think
of
I can.
care.
Well, I think that I also act a lot differently than StarDust. I think I have a lot more self-awareness than StarDust, and I'm way more feminine than StarDust, like
Okay.
in disposition. So I think that makes. I think because I'm so feminine, it makes Max feel more comfortable in developing a masculine sense of self. Honestly,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I am
But
more
so- but the
submissive, especially in our conversation.
Chat heard all of that, right?
What?
Chat heard all of that, right? All
What?
of that.
What was
You
that?
need to show your body to a lot more people on OnlyFans, apparently, to be more feminine. That's what that means, right? I don't know
That's
about
not
that.
what she said. That's not what she said. Hold on. What did Lav just say?
But I think if Max was talking to you, I think he would have done it different because he has a different.
I
kind
think
of
I can.
care.
Well, I think that I also act a lot differently than StarDust. I think I have a lot more self-awareness than StarDust, and I'm way more feminine than StarDust, like
Okay.
in disposition. So I think that makes.
Let's go. RJ's here. Let's go. What's up, dude? Hey, you're muted. Unmute when you're ready. I just dragged you in. I just saw that you messaged me a bit ago, so hope I didn't leave you hanging too hard. Are you here? All right, we'll come in when you get here. I don't hear your mic yet.
I think because I'm so feminine,
me
it
one
makes
second,
it makes
All right,
and I'll be
cool.
right
Max
with you.
feel more comfortable in developing a
I'll
masculine
share my
sense
screen.
of self. Honestly,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I am
But
more
so- but the
submissive, especially in our conversation.
So she said she's more feminine in her demeanor and more submissive in conversations.
When developing a masculine sense of self. Honestly,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I am
But
more
so- but the
submissive, especially.
Merlin sent $30 burn local.
Yo. Thank you, Merlin, for the 30. Coming in with a big triple. What's burn local mean? What does that message mean? He said burn local. Is this the first part of a longer message that's going to have a second and third part? Are we going to have to piece the words together to figure out what you mean? Burn local. I have no clue what he's getting at. And he's got me thinking about it too. Burn local. There's no way he meant burn everything and then it spell checked to local. Is that a meme that I don't know about yet? AI Hizzy says RJ was goated on the Twitter space today. Yo, you were in a Twitter space today? What happened in there? Okay, RJ's not ready. Well, wait a minute. I'll wait till RJ's all the way in here.
especially in our conversation.
Chat heard all of that, right?
All right, what's her problem with what she just said? I don't get it. I even have it sped up. There's a lot of
Chat heard
data.
all of that, right? All of that. You need to show your body to a lot more people on OnlyFans, apparently, to be more feminine. That's what that means, right? I don't know
that's
about
not
that.
what that
I don't know
means.
about that.
Oh, that was somebody in
So
chat.
she gets to be aggressive and still be feminine. I don't get to be aggressive and still be feminine. She's so fucking brain dead.
Yo, aggressive is not the problem, Stardust. It's not about being aggressive. You can be aggressive and feminine. You just can't be a dick. You can't be like a guy. Some women are feminine, are aggressive. But still, but they can still be soft and yielding and receptive and attractive and drawing. And I don't just mean physically attractive, but I mean like playful, childlike. Those are feminine qualities. And Stardust is rigid and serious and
Either of those traits, yeah.
yeah, she just ain't going soft. Stardust never. She always goes hard. Stardust goes hard. She hard. Oh, we got RJ on cam. I can see RJ.
I'm so woman. Ooh, so much more
Hey.
woman than stinky
Let me
masculine
see if I can
Stardust.
pop you in
Ooh,
here.
yeah.
Hold on.
Oh my
Stinky
god, what a
masculine
fucking
Stardust,
bitch.
ooh, ooh. She's mad. Oh,
So that's exactly what I was saying. Max,
Indisposition.
like I said before, Max is treating Stardust the way an angry father treats a rebellious daughter.
You have to earn your gender
Yeah,
star?
the-
It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I have to earn my fucking gender. Oh, okay. All right.
you just need to represent your gender, like act in line with your gender. Don't be trans. You're being trans. You're acting like a dude. So you're essentially you act like a guy. That's what we're against. We're asked like guys act like guys, girls act like girls. Don't be trans. You're kind of like a
Easy.
tranny.
Power struggle, and Max struggles with power struggles with women because his mom was very abrasive and very
Watch this. I
overbearing,
think I can
very
get-
alpha,
And
very
and
masculine.
how overbearing am I?
Yo,
How,
check it out, RJ. What's up, bro?
Hey, Chad, how's
This
it
is the
going?
guy. If you ain't seen him, RJ face
The
doxing.
face reveal.
Face
Let's
reveal.
go.
RJ. Yo, you look
Before
Cana-
Mio, too.
You look Canadian. I don't know
I
what
do
it
look
is. He's Canadian and handsome as hell. Let's go, dude. I got
Let's go.
it's we're gonna call you all right, if you're my Mio, if I'm Brittany and you're Mio, then you're Giga Mio. That's cool.
Giga Mia. Let's go.
Yo, face cammed up.
That's awesome.
That
Ready
kills.
to go.
All right, so can I just swap? I think I can. Oh, look how cool this is. I could just go back. Discord kicks ass. All right, so I could just do this. I could bring you up if we're talking. Yo, if you want to stay cammed up, I'll just bring you in
All right, cool.
when it's the right time. I don't have space for two of us to be on
Quiet.
all the time, but when I want to bring
That's
you in,
fine.
I'll just go boop,
We'll figure it
boop.
out.
Yo, that works so good. Yeah, sick. All right, we're killing it.
Let's go.
and submissive was I in that fucking conversation? Just because I didn't want to cede to him saying that me not wanting to have sex is somehow a power move, I don't think that makes me masculine. Have you ever tried steaming your vagina live on stream? Oh, I'm sorry.
Somebody in chat says you look like Chad Tyler Russell. Yeah, real.
Chad Tyler Russell.
You're Myler Russell because no, that doesn't work. Milo. You're
What's going on? What the?
you're I don't know. We'll figure out exactly there. That's pretty fun though.
We'll
That's
work
funny.
out the details. on that
Epic.
one.
No, you got a good setup though. It looks like you have a good cam. Oh, you got the SM7B. You got the good mic. No wonder your voice sounds good.
Hey.
Yeah, you have
ready
good.
to go.
I bet that mic would help Mio a lot too.
Probably. I don't know what he uses.
I think he's just on his phone or something. Big mistake.
That would explain it.
Kinda
The audio is not the best.
Yeah, true. Hey, Brittany, he's holding that with all that money you're paying Mio. He should have a good mic by now. Brittany's got
Yeah,
that
real.
mic. I got
Look
that
at
mic.
my setup.
Mio,
compared to
Mio just runs around on his headset. He's laying in bed. He's playing video games. It's a low effort Mio.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry.
funny.
I didn't realize I'm so fucking masculine.
You're a little low though. I don't know if you can crank up a little.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Right.
So he doesn't
So
have
reacts
that
badly to
defense.
that. It's triggering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
him.
husband.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I understand. I mean, like, makes total
That's why he
sense.
hates Kyla. That's why he doesn't like Not So Erudite. Well, he
You
doesn't-
actually cut out a little. It might be tweaking the Discord out. Might be limiting. Maybe I'll just turn you up in Discord. I could do that too.
hate her, but that's why they don't get along.
If you
Also,
leave
she's
it
very
normal.
domineering as well.
I'm not big on that either, to be perfectly honest. But if I'm trying to maintain a relationship with somebody like that, I know that I'm going to have to go the extra mile. I'm going to have to. There's some things that I'm going to have to. I'm not going to be able to just claim what he claimed. It's like it's not a right claim. And anyway, I just watched him let it flame out when it was really a recoverable situation, and it would have been recovered if he would have just handled it like a man instead of a woman. Like it wouldn't have ended up with more hurt for StarDust. It wouldn't have ended up with a bad look for both of them. It wouldn't have had to go so nasty. It would like Chud Logic would have learned a lesson from it. Like if he would have just handled it like a man instead of the other way. And I think it was a bad example for other people. And it was
No, I'm right. I'm sitting here giving a great take. Look at me. I'm so smart. I'm so smart.
Magic way for it to go down. It's not like it's
So
the
honored to
Titanic
have a
sank in
friend
the
as
ocean
smart
or
as
something
you.
like that.
True.
But I felt bad for StarDust.
You're lucky.
Not because that she didn't deserve it or something like that. Because women,
Yeah, I
y'all
deserved it.
do deserve it. But the point is, like, she couldn't have done it. There was one party there who could have fixed it, and it was him. Like it was in his hands, and he dropped it. I just watched him like, I was like, damn, bro, that was brutal. I just watched him like take her and be like, nah, well, fuck it then.
You know what? I agree with that much.
Let's go.
Mr. Girl did do a to me. So
Yeah.
I'll agree with that much. The rest of it I disagree with.
Nah, she agrees with all of it. She's capping. That's cap. She agrees with me. She just can't admit it because it would shatter her paradigm, but she knows I'm right.
Unloving. And
I disagree. Actually, you were assaulted and making me have feelings about raping you. Ugh.
What?
What the?
But
think
I know
that's
it came
something
from
Mr.
hurt,
Girl
and
said.
hurt will
Not
cause you
me.
to do that. Anger will cause you to do that.
I don't remember what that
But if you
was.
would have been able to love, but that's the thing. You can't have an angry father. The father's got to be able to love and forgive his children. That's why godly love is so key. It's like literally a divine thing. There's a divine energy. There's a love that transcends an unconditional love that is the Father, like the Father above's love, and that's what the fathers on earth. That's what our spiritual mission is, as far as I can tell, is to tap in on that and learn to embody that and become more like that, so that we don't get petty, so we don't get dragged down into pain and bitterness. We don't get angry, Jesse Lee Peterson style. Like we can be forgiving and like the peacemakers. That the world needs that, and we bring that.
You're right. I
Like,
think that's a
our
beautiful
gift.
sentiment. Yeah, I think that, I mean, personally, I think that can be a man or a woman, but I believe that the divine masculine can exist in any vessel.
Yeah.
But I think that you're right. I think that at least one person in each conversation or relationship. I don't know if you know
I
who
think
Carl
women
Jung
can do
is.
it too. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that women. It's impossible for them to do it.
Yeah.
But relying on them, I think, is not fair on them because they're in a we don't want. The thing is, if we want them to be feminine, we shouldn't rely on them to be masculine, and it's a masculine act to be the rock
Sure.
in the middle of a storm. So it's like I don't want the women to masculinize themselves. I want them to remain feminine.
How did I masculinize myself? Chat, do you think I'm masculine?
Yes.
Well, yes. Yes, you are. But actually, the problem is you didn't. And you actually failed, Stardust. Some women can do it. Some women can have a logical response to the conflict, which is an emotional conflict. And some women can come out of their emotions. Sometimes. It's very rare. But it's not impossible for a woman to do it. But the thing that's required is for the man to come out of the emotions that are broiling between the two people, logically look at the thing and find the solution, and then navigate out of the emotional storm that's going on. He's the lighthouse, the rock that guides you to safety, shows you where the harbor is, where you can get shelter from the storm. Like that's the metaphor. And Stardust, you didn't do it. You were an emotionally reactive female in the whole situation, and you sat there waiting for help, which is the right thing really for the woman to do, because she was, as far as women go, she's on the masculine side, but she's still a woman, and she acted like a childish woman in the situation with Mr. Girl. And my criticism is of Max not being masculine. She was being a woman, and Max needed to be a man And in that scenario, he would have been like, look, here's the solution to this problem. I have a problem with how you acted, but honestly, you can act like that and I can still love you. I can still be your friend. And it's not a deal breaker. It's really not. And honestly, my problem with you is actually sort of like it just didn't meet my need for certain things that make me feel good, but I can just get over that. And for the sake of our friendship, I would like to just, if we can put this behind us, and honestly, even, you know what, I can reach over and see your side of this conversation. I bet if I put myself in your shoes, I'd see that you're feeling like this and this and this. And what you really needed me to do, like what it would have been so much better for you. And if I wasn't kind of being, you know, caring for myself in a certain type of way, if I had your, you know, needs in mind, I might have acted like this. And that would have been way better for you. And since I didn't act like that, it hurt your feelings. You know what I want you to know? Even though maybe we disagree about how things went, or, you know, I'm me and you're you, and it's not always going to line up perfect, and we're getting to know each other through this. And I'm glad because I love you and I care about you as a person and as a friend. And I'm sorry that this interaction we had ended up with you feeling so hurt. I don't want you to feel that way. I want our friendship and I want our lives to just be full of joy and happiness. Sometimes we butt heads with each other. I really hope maybe now that like you see that I really do care about you, maybe that'll help you forgive me so that we can get back to, you know, friendship. What do you say? StarDust would have accepted that immediately. She would have been like, okay, wow, thank you for, you know, you dropped the attack on me and I was feeling so pressured to defend myself. I couldn't get out of that little trap that I felt I was in. I kept having to like defend myself, and I just wasn't feeling heard by you, and I was sticking to my guns. But now that you extended me some help, thank you. Oh my God, that's such a load off. And I didn't want to be in a fight with you, Max. I love you. I think you're such a cool guy, and I wanted to be friends. And honestly, the fact that our friendship was in jeopardy was making me feel even more stressed out, and I was lost and I was trapped. Oh my God, thank you. So we could just be friends again, and we can just get on and be back to we're good. And Max would have been like, it's forgotten. It's forgotten and we're good. I'm sorry it happened. I wish it didn't, but honestly, we even learned something from it. So in a way, I'm glad that it happened, but it's over. Like we're even better friends now than before. Nothing's changed. And thank you. Thank you. I'm just so glad that you're still my friend. I was afraid that I was going to lose a friend there for a second. I'm so glad you're still my friend. And she would have been like, me too. And they could have been best buddies. Max could have done that, but instead he stayed petty and emotional, and he was demanding for her to understand him rather than him seeking to understand her, that's the man's job. You do the understanding. It's on you so that she can remain feminine, so she can keep being a woman, so she can keep being dependent, so that she can keep being receptive. You don't want to ever put it in her shoes, in her hands, on her shoulders, to come and understand you and to help you out of your emotions. Bro, you want a woman who thinks that you need her to help you with your emotions? Faggot. Like, you never want to be in that position.
You don't need a mom.
She's not going to respect you. She'll never forgive you for that. You're a little boy and she's your mom. No, you don't do that with any woman, ever. That's wrong. It's wrong to put that on her. It's wrong to let her feel that. That's immoral. That's an ethical violation, and that's Mr. Girl's whole thing. That's why he's called Mr. Girl. Might as well be called Mr. Faggot.
Mr.
Oh.
Jewish faggot.
Yeah.
With my long ass hair and the fact that, like, seriously? Like, is my disposition masculine?
So therefore, it's on us. We have to take all of that.
Masculine
Responsibility
energy,
is
huh?
ours, and she can float. I want her floating around, blown by the breeze, but she's lashed to me, and I can bring her home. That's on me. I'll carry that load so that she can be a girl. And so it's like, and if
You do refer to
Max
yourself
really
as Danny
wanted her to
DeVito? I suppose that's true.
soften out of that
Yep.
masculine mode that she was in, he needed to show her that his love for her was not shaken by what happened, and he forgives, and he wishes it went different, and he still loves her, and she would have melted a little bit, and he didn't do that for her, and I was bummed for Stardust.
I
And
think
honestly,
if you said
we're
that
not
to
best
him,
friends.
he'd agree with
Politically
you.
provoked
I
said
think so too,
$3,
so I'm not
bitch,
talking
stop
shit.
lying.
Oh yeah, it was fake politically provoked with super chatting. That was good.
Chud Logic mocked you so bad you were begging him to take replay down.
I don't know about that.
That might have been real, Brittany. Actually, who else could have sent that? That seemed like real politically provoked.
Yeah,
It's
it was
not-
pretty catty.
Chud Logic was being so exploitative of my very clear mental breakdown that I asked him very.
No, do not Google. Hey, Ragnamar. Hey, you're skating close to the line there. You're about to catch a ban. You're essentially promoting porn. I mean, you didn't post the link, but you told everybody where to go. Don't do that. All right,
We're in chat.
Ragnamar. Bro, see, look what you did. People are like, oh, okay, I can go find it there. Dude. Don't
No porn.
don't do that. I don't think twice, all right? I'm not only upset that you did it in the chat. I mean, I don't like that in my chat, but also like, what's your deal? Don't do that. Right? That ain't right.
very
That ain't right.
desperately
She was on Jordan
to take down
Peterson
the video
pills.
of me.
Relax. It's in the. she was
No,
having her Jordan
but,
Peterson moment.
But yeah, absolutely. I think that people who take advantage of things like that for content are like not good people. And he's doing
Chud
it for
Logic
his
is
own
not
thing.
a good person. I don't hate him. Nothing. He never done anything to me. But all of those Destiny people, you were in a den of vipers over there. I mean, that's
Dude,
why
I
it's
know,
fun
and
when
nobody
I can
told
throw a
me.
grenade over there. Hey, Ralph, throw this grenade. Like we said, because it's like these people are evil. They're wicked psychos, and they're all talking about what's the most ethical way to do this. You're all a bunch of evil scumbags. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And so
I mean,
anyway,
that's
it's funny
what
to us.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. I wish someone would have warned me. But what I was going to say is I think if you had a conversation and you talked to
Big,
Sorry.
Bad,
Let's
and
look this
Bigly
from
sent
you.
$3 LAV. Do you think Max should have reacted more aggressively towards Cherry after her life-ruining accusation? And why do you think he didn't? Have you forgiven Cherry for this yet?
I don't
no,
know
I
about
think
more
he
aggressively
reacted.
myself.
I think he reacted perfectly. Actually, I think he reacted
I
better.
think he
than,
did let it go quickly, which was the right thing to do.
Yeah, and I think that his reaction to it live was like extremely mature. I don't think he could have handled it better, to be honest.
That's his superpower. Max has this. He can just like stay in the pocket and just keep being himself. Almost like who can do that? It's amazing. Like on camera, live, regardless of the situation, he's just like, yo, it's all burning. I'm having a good time, and I'm not, not in a crazy way. I'm just still me. Like, wow, that's unreal.
Yeah, I think if you were to talk to Max like about all these things, I think he'd probably agree with you. Like we talk about, I don't know if you follow Shaylin on her socials, but she just had a comic, and that she it was like her in like pajamas talking about like can we talk about Christmas? And Max being like, we can talk about Christmas when your period's over. Which in a way, like so many feminists are probably like, this is misogyny. I actually think it's the opposite of misogyny. I think that understanding a hormonal difference in how that
based.
affects women is actually extreme understanding.
Right.
And is like exactly what you want from like your masculine counterpart. Like exactly what you want. So I think that he does like get stuff like that. So I wonder how he would react to something like that. Probably pretty well, actually. I think he can probably admit that he did a couple things wrong in that conversation.
Yeah, and it's definitely not about like trying to.
As an incel groiper, I prefer Stardust. Thank you.
Things are rough, but I got to sit there and watch from the peanut gallery and just like, and just analyze and watch play.
I guarantee if BigTech watched the first conversation, he may. Well, I don't know if I guarantee. If he watched the first conversation, he may have a different opinion. What a way to misportray everything that happened.
Maybe
And
I
it's
should.
just Mr. Girl's framing too. Isn't that wonderful?